G and I talked about this on the post-game show. Dustin, I want to start with you. Considering George Pickens was out, is there any excuse, any reason, any way to accept the fact the Browns gave up 27 points on defense to a Steelers team without George Pickens?
Is there any excuse? I mean, George Pickens isn't Jerry Rice.
Yeah,
I mean, what are we talking about right now?
The rest of their wide receivers are nothing, though.
No, I know, but Pickens is a good player, but he's also a liability for that team.
He is. He's immature.
Yeah, I mean, they probably saved at least 2 penalties with him not playing.
That's fair. No, that is fair.
I saved 2 15s from you,
That's
bro.
30 yards, I'm saying. No, but in all seriousness, am I surprised? What was the question again? How'd you word it? Sorry.
I guess I was more disappointed in the defense, considering this is a group that I know has not played up to expectations this year, but...
Well, they handed them 7 points on the interception on the screen. They started a drive at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, and what was the final, 27-14?
27-14.
And you missed okay,
see, yeah. I mean, the point is, you take away it wasn't a pick six, but it was points off the turnover. I mean, he's holding them to 20 points. Like, that's winning football. Yeah, you gave some big plays. There were some busts. Like, it's not pretty. But you played well enough technically to win a game. In the NFL, if you hold a team to 20 points,
the Steelers
your offense should get 24 or more.
The Steelers only had 267 yards of offense.
Yeah.
They
were out of rhythm.
I mean, Myles Garrett had one of his best games, I thought.
Well, Mike and I were on the phone. Mike said, who was more disappointing yesterday, offense or defense? I said, definitely the offense.
Yeah. I totally
and Mike
agree.
was disagreeing, but
I thought it was
looks like we're all in agreement. I don't know about you, Jim.
There was a point, I texted you guys, I think, early in the first half or middle of the first half or whatever, CPOE, completion percentage over expected. It's what should the quarterback be doing based on coverage schemes and all that. And both Jameis and Russ were minus 20% completion compared to where they should be. I mean, that's dreadful quarterback play.
I think I always discount this a little bit because I just don't think that the Browns have a lot on defense. I just don't. When I watch the Browns, they have Myles Garrett. If I was game planning for the Browns, I wouldn't throw the ball to Denzel Ward, which the Steelers didn't. I would victimize Martin Emerson, and I would go after Greg Newsome. I would like, all right, well, we got these two guys, and I would double team Myles Garrett. I just don't think that they have a lot of playmakers at other positions. I mean, Grant Delpa's a good ball player. I think he's decent.
What's his name? Diabate's been playing really well.
He flashed a little bit.
He's made a name for himself this year.
But to me, I just think they don't have enough to really affect good teams where it's like, okay, we got to really pay attention to that. They don't have enough. So when you say is the defense playing bad, I'm not saying that I expect them to play bad, but I think that there's some holes on defense. Like Martin Emerson he's getting victimized. They're finding him with anybody. Like, they have to really think about his long-term viability because they're going after him like he's a linebacker, like it's a mismatch.
Yeah. I mean, Russell Wilson killed the Bengals last week, and I know the Bengals defense is worse than the Browns, but the Bengals have only given up a few more points than the Browns, and they played one less game until they played Dallas tonight, but still. So, like, Russell Wilson looked much better against the Bengals than he did against the Browns. I thought the defense was, was okay yesterday. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was good, but I thought the defense was I thought the defense was okay. I thought the offense was.
I thought the defense did enough in the game to allow them a chance. Okay,
right.
And that's all you can ask for. And the offense didn't. Well, offense and special teams. The two missed field goals, the muff punt, and the interception. Well, 2 interceptions, but the screen one was so bad. I mean, it's like you just can't win that way. What do you expect the defense to do?
I'll give Quincy. I was listening because after the game, I listened to everybody. What they had to think about the game, and I was listening to Quincy Carrier, and he said something that I thought was on point. He was like, "If you got Jameis Winston at quarterback, you can't have no mistakes. You got to play airtight everywhere else because Jameis Winston gonna give you that. But you can't have special teams where your kicker is 50% or you got penalties or you got. If you look at, can you pull Russell Wilson's stats back up? And this I'll give Russ credit for this where in this game. When you look at his stat line right here, Russ knew early on, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just let Jameis lose this one. I'm going to throw for 158. I'm going to turn around and hand the ball off. No turnovers. 2 touchdowns. moved the ball. I thought that was a really nice RPO play where on the goal line where they faked it, the RPO. He rolled out, hit the guy in the end zone.
You think that dude gives a rip about those stats?
No.
He far from it. He would be fine throwing for 91 yards and getting the dub.
This is a management 101 course right here.
Totally.
I'm going to manage this. I'm going to show you how you can let other people lose games for themselves. Self-checked.
Yeah.
I'm just stating.
Russell Wilson's in the Charles Woodson safety part of his career.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's moving on. He's smarter, business decisions. Like he knows how to play the game within himself.
Jameis said after the game, the Steelers did not beat the Browns. The Cleveland Browns beat the Cleveland Browns.
He sure did. Yeah. He said that.
And by the way, the Steelers could have beat the Browns if they needed to, but they didn't have to. Yeah. They let the Browns just totally implode like they always do.
Yep. That's kind of why I was so disappointed in the defense. And you go back to Russ being the yesterday was a game manager, and sometimes it gets a bad connotation. Yesterday he did exactly what the Steelers had asked him to, and it's no shot against
every coach in America would love to have a great game manager.
No, it gets used as a bad thing sometimes.
It does. I'm with you.
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
It doesn't, because everybody always says it gets used as a bad thing. So if everybody's saying it's getting used as a bad thing, then it's not getting used as a bad thing. We're just used to saying that, and it's no longer true.
I don't think everyone says it's not always a bad thing.
Who says it is a bad thing? Idiot fans that don't know any better?
Well, if you're asking for specifics, I'll give you your usual answer. When I ask a question, I say people are saying. You say who's we? I can't.
Who are these people?
I'm sure there's a person
in the past.
John.
It's been like
in the past.
When you say game manager,
PJ Walker was a game manager, and that was a bad thing.
That was a bad.
PJ Walker is not a game manager.
Jason Lloyd
all you're saying is when you say the guy's a game manager, he's an average quarterback.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
even below average.
Or below average.
That you don't trust to make a play.
He don't have the traits that that's going to get you to cause.
I just think with a game manager, it means he can't carry the team by himself.
Yeah, I mean, but like
I don't think it means he's bad. I just think, I don't know.
How many quarterbacks can carry the team all by themselves?
Not many.
Josh Allen.
All right, so
not even him
so
though.
Watch this. What if they told you?
Not by himself.
Right. What if they told you were a host manager?
A what
manager?
You can't carry the show by yourself.
That's bullshit. That's insulting.
That's insulting.
That's insulting.
So if they, you see what I'm saying? You see how it goes down?
By the way, speaking of Josh Allen real quick, before we switch gears to the Guardians, the Bills yesterday became the first team in the history of the NFL or Josh Allen, I think became, I don't know if it was Josh Allen specifically or whatever. He had 3 touchdown passes and 3 touchdown runs, no turnovers, and he lost.
That's crazy.
All right,
that's never happened.
Hey, let me ask you a
Sean
question.
McDermott.
Right now, right now,
calling that timeout.
Is this blasphemous?
What's that going?
Today, is Josh Allen better than Mahomes today?
Yeah.
Right now.
Today, yes.
Today.
He's playing better football. You would still take Mahomes in a one game.
Josh Allen is limited by Sean McDermott.
Today, Jason Lloyd.
If Andy Reid coached Josh Allen, I'm not saying, again, Mahomes is ridiculous. This may sound like I'm being negative towards Mahomes.
No, but you asked in the moment. In the moment, Josh Allen's playing better. Right?
Yeah, and I think
I'd still take Mahomes.
If you put Allen on the Chiefs right now,
skill for skill.
If Allen and Mahomes had the exact same circumstances, players, coaches, all that stuff, I'd take Josh Allen.
Yeah.
See, I still, fair or not,
he's a unicorn when it comes to his running ability, man.
I still have a fear of him turning the ball over at the wrong time.
But that was 1 year, Jason.
I said fair or not.
I've been saying that.
Hey.
Last year,
it was
he's always been a little higher on the turnovers, but he's more than made up for it.
They talked about him like he was Winston last year.
Who are you more concerned about turning the ball over at a big moment, Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes?
Same.
This year, Patrick Mahomes.
I was going to say maybe Mahomes.
We'll
see.
And Josh Allen is low-key durable, too. I mean,
he's a horse.
He does not get hurt.
He takes, unlike Lamar, who doesn't really take a lot of big hits.
He gives big hits.
It's hard not to
now,
Josh Allen.
Now, one thing I'll say is, 8 years from now, I think Mahomes is likely to be able to play longer than Josh Allen, because no matter how big you are, those hits are going to catch up with you. We saw it with Cam Newton. I know Josh Allen's better than Cam Newton, but Cam Newton was pretty damn good when he was younger, and it caught up. All those hits he took caught up with him.
Man, I feel like it's Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Drake, you had a nice run. Patrick Mahomes had a nice run.
To me, this
Allen's got to win a title.
But I'm not going to say no. Listen, don't get me twisted. People going to try to kill me for this. They're like, G. Bush, you can't say that. What I'm saying is today, I feel like Patrick Mahomes is not playing as good as Josh Allen.
He's not right now in the
today.
To me, there's 4 tier 1 quarterbacks. and that's Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, and Lamar. Those are the best of the best, and they could rotate from year to year who's playing better.
Yeah, and there's other guys that would get in there. Like
you look
Justin
at
Herbert
Burrow.
has great
Burrow's having as good a year as any quarterback, but the Bengals suck, so nobody cares.
Yeah, fair.
Tua sneaky has crazy numbers.
But he's not in that class.
I know.
But I think Tua is underrated because he got off to a bad start.
He's
I really like Tua.
I like Tua
numbers
also.
Since coming back,
it's crazy.
15 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Yeah.
He just seems like such a sweet guy.
He does.
I don't know, man.
But he's so injury prone that I'm worried about it with
know.
his career.